Yep. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome to Saturday Schoolstone. My name is Dr. Fish, and I will be your op and one of your casters for today. And alongside me is going to be Jailstorm. Hello, how are you?
Hey Fish, how are you doing? Hope everyone's having a good Saturday. I'm ready for this wild match today.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good one. Um, this has a little bit of playoff implications concerning I think that Pog Merchants. So it's an awful artist of Pog Merchants versus Electric Sheep City of Wild THL Fanatics. I think that Pog Merchants just needs a couple of match wins here to kinda.
Yeah, Pog Merchants just needs a couple more wins this week. This is the last week of the regular
Yeah.
season of the Wild THL season. Um, they've still got 19 potential points this week. They're battling with a couple other teams, but I'm pretty sure that even with one or two wins this week from the rest of their team, they'll get into playoffs.
hmm
So an awful artist is looking to secure some of those extra points and help his team. And Electric Sheep City for Wild THL Fanatics is just trying to improve their team placement. Um,
Yeah. So let's go ahead and throw these deck lists up. They're the most important part for us to go over as this is wild. This is wild. This is conquest format, but it's also open deck list, so we get to see what every player has brought. So on the left side of the screen here, we have an awful artist Dex. Looks like he has brought J Druid, Odd Paladin, Reno Priest, and has brought Odd Warrior. So he's brought a very controlling lineup with one aggro deck. Um, Meanwhile, Sheep has brought Mage, Paladin, Warlock, Warrior. And if you want to go over those decks, that'd be great.
yeah, so just starting with the side of an awful artist, he brought two of the hard control decks, trying to beat aggro with the Jade Druid and the Odd Warrior. He brought Reno Priest, which is also kind of a control deck, but it's more of a Swiss Army knife, general all-purpose. And then he brought the Odd Paladin just to round out the lineup with good matchups across the board. And then for Electric Sheep City's deck list, he brought four aggro decks. I mean, we see Secret Mage, Odd Paladin, Dark Lair Warlock, and the Pirate Warrior. So Electric Sheep City's definitely going to be looking for some quick games this series.
Yeah, we're gonna have some quick games. You're right. I think having this contrast between aggro and control, um, is definitely going to create an interesting dynamic. Um, the odd paladin coming out of artist isn't obviously control at all. It's aggro. So I have the two bands. Artist banned Dark Lair,
Okay.
and Sheep City has banned the Odd Warrior. So the Jade Druid is
Ooh,
good. So
so
you and I were talking before, and you said that you thought you would want to see the Jade Druid be put into play, and you've gotten your wish. Go ahead and
yeah, I mean, Jade Druid is one of my favorite decks. It's so much fun to play. I think Druid is such as a class is just so fun. And I'm glad that we'll at least see one of those games, hopefully, at the Jade Druid today.
yeah, agreed. So these players, I'm assuming, are going to be ready to go very soon. I'm going to adjust the bands on the screen, not that we're looking at, because we're looking at the screen that has the deck lists, but on the other screen, I have adjusted the bands. Um, I'm gonna look and see if the players are indeed um ready to go. If they are
It looks
challenged
like
up.
they're still. Oh, they are challenged up. Awesome.
No, I was wondering. I was gonna look and see if they are, but they are not. They're looks like Electric Sheep City is probably finishing up his decks. Just making sure he has them in his collection and that they'll be ready to play.
Yeah, just making sure you have the right cards in each of those decks. No player wants the DQ because they brought the wrong card, so.
Yeah. Oh no, they have readied up. So I'm gonna swap screens back to the main screen. I will tell the players to go. And there, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's get into the games. As far as queue order goes, I think it's pretty safe to say from Awful Artist we'll see either the Reno Priest or the Jade Druid first. And for Electric Sheep City, honestly, he could queue any of the three here. It's kind of a toss-up. So,
Right, yeah, and so for those watching on stream, it's going to be Electric Sheep City on the bottom. So he'll be first to spectate for me, and Artist will be on the top.
the players just deciding over their first deck to queue. Ooh, and I see an eyeball, so I'm gonna get into it.
Oop. Right. So looks like the
Okay,
players have
I
started.
go ahead.
No, they started. I just need an eyeball from Sheep.
Yeah, he might have his spectate off. I'll message real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so game one, we have um, Odd Paladin from an Awful Artist versus Electric Sheep City's Pirate Warrior. The Pirate Warrior is pretty favored here just because they've got the ship's cannon and the sky barge to make some pretty difficult break points for the Odd Paladin.
Mm-hmm.
Turn one, the Sky Raider, Parachute Brigand, and Patches is a strong start for the Pirate Warrior.
Yeah.
To be expected though.
The patches already come down. Let's go. Dodge the patches bug.
Turn two, throwing down that ship's cannon. I mean, that's gonna just establish so much tempo and pressure for the Odd Paladin here. He might just use that broom to get around the cannon right here.
Yeah, and that seems to be what he's gonna do. Gonna remove the ship's cannon.
Actually,
There.
he opts to destroy the brigand and patches.
Oh,
Interesting.
I. Okay, well, I need to get a spectate. I forgot. Oh, I just have a bug with him where I can't see his hand. Okay, like we're gonna be right.
You mean Sheep City Sand?
No, artist's hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is my bad. Oh.
He's got a Righteous Protector, Warhorse Trainer, Carnival Barker, Knight, Warhorse Trainer again, and
Mhm.
Lothraxian.
Gotcha. So
Little bit of a order misplay there by Electric Sheep City by not attacking with the two pirates first. Could have possibly missed the damage, but got lucky with the 1 and 3. So
there we go. Everything's all good.
okay, awesome.
Looks like we're gonna be triggering the righteous cause here. Having the amalgam, which I assume came off of a Sky Raider, is very nice.
Yeah, it definitely added to such a great curve that Sheep City has already. I mean, I'm trying to see if there's a lethal this turn because at this point in the game, you can kind of ignore the board that Odd Paladin presents.
Mm-hmm. I think
You
it's
have to get through the top first,
I
but
think it's close, but I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Outriders axe here to set up for a Fog Sail freebooter next turn. Now it's just gonna be, well, the Droid Corsair probably makes it a bit easier to determine what to do. It's oh, 2 damage on the Odd Pally left. Um, Getting very close, seeing the odd. Yeah, there's nothing from the Paladin didn't really have anything there, unfortunately.
Yeah, the ship's cannon that wasn't removed early just established so much more presence and pressure against the
Yeah,
Odd Paladin, which, I mean, can't be overcome because Odd Paladin is kind of a gradual building deck, but when you start with nothing every turn, it's pretty tough. So,
yeah.
all right, so Awful Artist has got to be thinking that now that this Pirate Warrior is out of the picture and you've just got to deal with the Odd Paladin and the Secret Mage, do you think he's going to switch decks here or keep going with his Odd Paladin?
Um,
Nope, he sticks with the Odd Paladin. Interesting.
yeah. Odd Paladin into Seeker Mage is a matchup I have not liked a lot.
Yeah, for the Secret Mage, it's all about getting the Flak Mage and the Flak Mage turn to clear.
Ugh.
Without that, it can be kind of tough, but
Yeah.
if I were Sheep City here, I'd dish both the Archaeologist and the Valet. I mean,
Yeah.
you've just got to find the Flak Mage.
Keeps the Archaeologist. Tosses everything else. Ball
Oh,
Lackey
he
in.
tossed the Ancient Mysteries. Wow.
He got one back. But yeah, there's no great start here for the mage, the paladin with tour guide in hand, and the lost in the jungle has a few options for turn one. Especially playing on the coin. We're just gonna opt to see.
Yeah, and going second is the Odd Paladin. Given that your opponent does not have the coin, your Omayogs are just that much more powerful. So,
Agreed. Yeah, he can. I wouldn't be surprised to see jungle plus Omayog next turn. I would not be surprised to see that. Okay, Christology off
oh,
the
and he
top.
found the Flak Mage.
He did. That was found. We're gonna see all damage going face here. The Flak Mage being found is very crucial. Even but it won't be played this turn very likely. Just because there's no
Well,
way to play it.
Sheep City knows at this point that that secret has to be Omayog because there's no other secrets in Awful Artist deck.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
Chaos Strike, not terrible. Draws you a card.
Did draw a card, you Oasis Ally. We're gonna get to clear off the Righteous Protector this turn.
Yeah, what I don't like about this play is it doesn't set up for a next turn Flak Mage play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would have liked to have held that for next turn. You're right. Um, the ally gets triggered though, and that's not necessarily the best thing.
Yeah, you've just got to ignore that 3/6 as the Odd Paladin. It could only clear one of your Silverhand recruits each turn, so
Yeah,
you can get past that.
it's gonna get more difficult now to get the secrets out because the Yogg is sitting right there, and Cheap City is very likely gonna look for a non-secret spell, like a spell that isn't a secret, or it could just opt to play the ruins and trigger, see what happens. Maybe it gets maybe it gets another secret. Oh, he just becomes an odd paladin.
Wow.
That's a really good
Muster for
pickup.
Battle is that's great. I
That's
mean,
such a good pickup. That righteous cause is also pretty good. Can't trigger now, but get we'll get some minions down for that. But I don't think there's gonna be any minions left for this odd paladin next turn. I think it should just be almost a full, just be playing out are trading everything away, including face, and hitting face for 3.
Yeah, I think at this point, even if you had a secret and could make the Flak Mage play, you might as well save it, because you've already got a good clear on board.
Yeah.
And we see from the side of Electric Sheep City, he's starting to run out of resources. He's only got a 1-drop in Leroy.
Hmm.
The top deck of Warhorse Trainer doesn't do a whole ton too. So he's behind in tempo now, and as the odd pally in the Secret Mage matchup, that's not a position you want to be in.
No.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
We'll be able to buff up a bunch of the minions here, but any secret drawn is just going to crush. It's just gonna crush artists this time. And yeah, this odd paladin is odd paladin's not gonna have a fun time here. There is
Yeah, this odd paladin is done. I mean,
this is you. It doesn't look like it health wise, but this game's over. Like, yeah, he's. I mean, fireball in hand, cloud prince in hand. Even Lothraxion doesn't save this. Yeah, unfortunately, that's just how it is. Um, we're already
yeah,
at
so
we're already at
Electric
yeah,
Sheep City.
yeah, we're at 2-0 and we've only been on stream for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, these have been some pretty quick early losses by the odd paladin for an awful artist here. Electric Sheep City just has his odd paladin. Um, So as an awful artist here, if you're looking to sweep that, what do you bring first? The Jade Druid, the Odd Pally, or the Reno Priest?
I would bring out the Reno Priest, but there you could convince me, Druid. I don't think you want to go for a mirror.
Yeah, you probably want to leave the Mirror for the last matchup. I think you're right. We'd either see the Reno Priest or the Jade. And we see the Mirror. Wow.
Huh.
I mean, this is a straight 50-50, basically, because Electric Sheep... The only difference between these two decks
Is it
is Electric Sheep City runs Barov, and then
artist
an awful
runs?
artist runs Leroy,
Yeah, he
so...
runs Leroy. So this might, because of
And
Leroy, this might favor artist because of Leroy, because it's 6 damage over the top. But the Quartermaster going into hand is so good
Well, Awful
for
Artist actually has the
artist.
best card in the matchup that he played turn 1. I mean, that Righteous Cause. Oh, and he found that off the top too for Electric Sheep City. I mean, that is the biggest card in this matchup. It
Hmm.
has the greatest advantage for the cost and
Hmm.
produces the most tempo too. So,
Yeah,
Reporting for duty.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw
Reporting for
like a coin play, but I think we're just gonna see hero power pass.
no Broom found for Electric Sheep City. He only runs one of them, so it wasn't guaranteed or even
Yeah,
most likely by the Crystology, but that's what you'd like to see alongside the Barov.
yeah. He is gonna get to trigger his he will get to trigger his righteous cause here, but
for duty.
likewise, artists will be able to do the same thing, just with less of a board. Um, having both knights, the trade is really nice. There's the tour guide.
May the light grant you.
We're gonna get as many minions with the buff as we can,
Mhm.
and then gonna go for the broom to trade
Reporting for duty.
and clear off as
Yeah, I
much as
think
you
this just
possibly
leaves up
can.
I think this just leaves up a 2-1 from Electric Sheep City.
Yeah, looks like that.
Or two of them, actually.
Yeah, it looks like it leaves like 4 up in stats. It might not. This matchup. Um, just looking at it with the cards in the hand and I think at this point conviction might be the greatest advantage for Sheep City right now. Even though there is a Knight of Anointment, even though there is one in artist's hand with a second knight, I don't know. Like I don't
I'm
think
thinking
I don't
along the same lines as you are.
I
I
don't.
think Conviction's good here just because you could play it alongside the Divine Favor
Mhm.
and draw 2 extra cards. You're already ahead on board and you have the Bear Off Broom, so if you fall behind, that's okay too. But at
Yeah.
this point in the game, Divine Favor's not going to get you more than the cards that you draw this turn.
Yeah.
So,
So we are gonna go for the conviction and the extra draw. It's muster for battle and righteous protector. We're gonna immediately see a coin Lithraxian here. Lithraxian is pretty big for the matchup.
yeah, it actually protects around the Bear Off play too.
Yes, it does because it'll give divine shields to every single silver guard or silver hand recruit.
Now, this is a really important point here for Sheep City. If he decides not to trade that and go face, I think he sets up for lethal the next turn.
Yeah.
Um, with this play here, I'm not sure if the Quartermaster Conviction gets there. I haven't done the math, but it looks like it should, though. Yeah.
The tough part is that muster for battle was drawn, and there's no broom in the hand of there's no broom
Artist, yeah.
for artist, so he can't really like the Omayag will stop conviction. It's just determining if there's enough damage from
Well, I think
the
that's just lethal on,
quartermaster. The quartermaster should almost just be straight lethal. I'm not sure.
that's 15,
One off,
17, 18. One
one
off,
off.
yeah.
But it's just gonna be so tough. There is conviction. There's conviction plus quartermaster, which could do something. But the weapon is just going to close this. It's pretty much a straight 3-0 sweep. There's no healing,
Yeah, and
unfortunately.
these have been 3 very tough games of Odd Paladin for an awful artist here.
Yeah,
Um,
really, the draws just didn't go his way, and he came very close, but just was unable to unable to get enough damage. And Sheep takes a straight sweep.
yeah, the thing
That's
about Odd Paladin is it's a very consistent deck, and sometimes it has decent swings, but the swings are not what makes the deck powerful. It's just the consistency and the power turn over turn.
yeah,
Um, but in those matchups that we saw, I mean, an awful artist, Odd Paladin, just did not have tempo in those later turns, which is what you need to close out the games. So,
yeah,
this series goes 3-0 to Electric Sheep City. The aggro decks get by all of the control of Awful Artist as he decides to solely queue that Odd Paladin. So,
yeah. So I'm gonna check. Yeah. Sheep City's going to do
well, that's the
an
series. Yeah,
interview.
I mean,
Yeah, we're gonna bring Sheep City in for an interview, and
okay.
yeah, we'll go from there. But you're right. It really was like It really was like, uh, all about.
It was just,
It was all about like the way that I guess if I think the cues. Uh, yeah. All right. Well, Sheep is here.
hey,
Uh,
Yeah,
Sheep. Um,
hello.
I'm good. How are y'all doing?
I'm
uh,
doing
great
well.
series, I can say.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I'm still a little bit waking up, not gonna lie.
Hmm.
Gotcha, gotcha. All right, I'll go with the first question. What did you think when you saw the Odd Paladin on the side of an awful artist game one?
I was a little surprised, especially with the Dark Glare Warlock ban that he banned of mine, or that they banned of mine. That the rest of their decks seemed to be a little bit more able to control the aggressive lineup that I still had remaining. Um,
Mhm.
so I was a little surprised to see that, but um, I mean, Odd Paladin is just a really strong deck, so not as surprised. But the other two seem like they would be a little bit more well tuned to take on my lineup.
Yeah, yeah, I was thinking along the same lines. For Odd Paladin, I mean, the consistency of the deck is what makes it powerful, but when your opponent just draws better and has the outs, there's not a whole ton you could do. Um, I mean, you've got to feel pretty good about taking the full aggro lineup, a 3-0 win against the lineup that has two hard control decks. Um,
Absolutely.
Yeah, the final queue kind of was a bit confusing for me. Um, I get because like they know like it's Odd Paladin from there, and so you could play. So like there's a potential to queue in like the Druid or the Reno Priest. But stuck with the Paladin. Um, and you just got. I really think that muster draw was the turning point because it was very close. Either especially with the Lothraxian play. The muster was pretty key.
Yeah, when that Lethraxian came down, I was concerned to say the least.
Yeah.
yeah, the muster was an important draw, but I think the top deck Righteous Cause the turn two
Mm-hmm.
as well. I mean, seeing that
Yes,
from the
that was huge.
opponent side and then getting that as well. I mean, it definitely equalized the difference there.
Absolutely. I
Mm-hmm.
was really concerned there as well because, like you said, the Righteous Cause came down for them on turn one. And as y'all well know, Odd Paladin is all about maintaining and seizing and maintaining the board. And
Mm-hmm.
Righteous Cause definitely would have helped them do that. And without having one of my own to contest that, that would have been pretty difficult.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I've spent the last 2 weeks grinding on Pally, so yes, that is true. Uh,
I
yeah,
mean, great games though today. This
yeah,
is I
definitely.
gotta say, one of the shortest series I've had to cast. So
Well, thank you very much. And honestly, really well played and really great Odd Paladin uh, navigation by Awful Artist. They played the deck really well. I just lucked into having good draws and hopefully decent play myself to race him down.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, all those games you just had the best cards in the matchup. The ship's cannon for the pirate warrior. You drew the flak mage for the secret mage, and then for the odd paladin, you had the righteous cause to match his. So what can you do, right?
Oh, and those double or oh my Yogs. I kept on wanting to put down the flak mage, and it's like, well, I know the only secret that they're running is that oh my Yogg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, and
Whenever
both
I
of those
played
oh
the
my
second
yogs
one and got
turned out really
muster, it was
well.
like, oh my gosh, I actually have something to try and control their board, and
Yeah.
until I actually get a secret to
Yeah.
combo with that black mage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
no,
that
that
came
muster for
like
battle was
yeah,
just huge.
the
I mean,
muster for battle off of Oh My Yog, the I think it was 2 turns later you drew the our ancient mysteries to kind of seal it.
Yeah,
Um
right
yeah.
after that they had buffed their board with the righteous cause uh, effect, it was just like perfect timing.
Yeah. I I have felt the pain of that before, and I yeah, that was a bit of PTSD. Well, seeing the flak mace come down right after a righteous cause turn, it's just like, oh yeah, yeah, this game's over. Unfortunately, it that's kind of the fun part about Wild for me. I guess is like the ability for games to be like so short, but then you have games that go so long.
Absolutely. One of
Yeah.
my favorite decks lately is Embiggen, so the aggro druid.
Uh,
And those games, talk about short.
yeah.
I almost brought it this week, but I decided to run back my lineup from last week and
Mhm.
never punished.
Yeah,
yeah, this starts with
as long as you
Embiggen and the
submit.
pirate.
My thing is, you can bring the same lineup. If you submit it, it's gonna leave doubt in your opponent's mind as to what you're bringing.
Exactly. And I did
Yeah.
actually submit. Didn't just let it roll
No, I
over.
saw that. I saw that. Yeah. Exactly. That's a note for everybody in THL. Even if you're bringing the same classes, just try not to don't try not to do the rollover because then because then your opponent knows what you have and can like last second just say, oh, I'm gonna bring all these decks that just destroy this person. Um. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
The concealing information, even if you're running the same stuff back, is definitely gives you a slight advantage.
Yeah,
Even if their information is concealed as well.
for sure. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Obviously, thank you for coming on stream. Thank you to artist. Um.
Yes,
For
amazing games artist.
yeah. Looking forward to see
Yeah.
how playoffs play out. I know unfortunately your team's a bit out of the race, right? But it was. It's
A
always fun.
3-0 is a good way to end the season.
Yeah, it's a good way to
So
end the season.
Absolutely.
It's yeah. This is the second time I've casted your matches, and they've been fantastic, both of them.
Thank you.
Yeah, mm,
Yeah, and I look forward to watching the playoffs as a
yeah,
viewer. So I get to sit at home and pop some popcorn and enjoy.
yeah, definitely. And
yeah, well,
the this race is
thanks
getting
again. Great
this
games today.
this playoff race is getting super tight. We'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, it's getting close between a couple of the teams,
Mm-hmm.
especially the fourth, fifth, and sixth position. It's all
Yeah.
within 10 points or 15 points between a number of teams. So
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty close. I do think I'm looking at it. I still think that Pog Merchants get in despite this result. Like some of the teams that really needed to get huge weeks didn't get their huge weeks yet. So still looking on the upwards for them. Despite this unfortunate result. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up. Um, so yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Thank you, Electric Sheep City, and then Alpha Artists for playing on stream. Thank you, Jailstorm, for casting with me. And thank you to everybody in chat who's watching. Um, yeah, we'll be back later tonight with a couple of matches for Salty Saturday. I think there's gonna be two matches. It's gonna be I believe first it's going to be the Sharmo versus Donde in Legacy, and then I believe I have either a hero match or a pro match. I'm not still not 100% certain, although I do have. Oh no, we have Nine Eyebrows and Anfall at 9, and Donde versus Desharmo at 10. So that's a hero series into a Legacy semifinals match. So come back for that. That'll be really fun.
Those
And
matches are going to be great. I can't wait to watch, especially the Ducharme versus Donde, because whoever
whoever
wins
wins plays, they play
match as a
you
team, I take on the
in
winner
final. Yeah.
in the finals. Excitement abounds.
Big excitement. Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your afternoon, and we will see you tonight.